in remembering who we are. We face this internal balance. Are we going to resist it? Or are we going to allow it into our lives? That choice is ours.
So there's
alone to make.
a rock, a big boulder in this water. And it's stationary in this water. And it's a stream. That's a river. It's a river. So you have water, river moving down, boulder still in the water, and then you have a stick, and the stick is floating down the stream. So the water itself constantly flowing. Doesn't matter what it comes up against. It's going to allow anything to happen. Oh yeah, there's a boulder. Okay, there's some twigs. Oh yeah, there's some little pebbles. There's a bend. All right, I'm gonna keep going. And it doesn't let anything affect it. Now that would be really nice if we could all be the water, right? And just not let, and we can, and not only do we not let things affect us, but we still keep moving forward in life, right? Nothing's stopping us, and we just, it's just blissful and peaceful and wonderful and exciting. Or we can go to the opposite extreme and we can be the boulder. A boulder is sitting there. It doesn't ever move. It's always got its one stance. I'm solid and I'm sitting here and I'm not moving. And it's fine as long as it's interacting with the water, because there's nothing to resist. It doesn't have to do anything. It just sits there. But along comes this, we'll say it's a log, a big log, because we can have little skinny sticks or we can have big fat logs. This is a log, and it's coming down, and it actually whams into this boulder. Maybe it knocks it off its edge a little bit. And it doesn't really move it, but it knocks it a little bit, and maybe it chinks a little piece of the rock off, and it definitely causes a little bit of erosion on this rock, on this boulder, excuse me. So it itself still stays in its spot. It hasn't moved. It hasn't learned anything. It hasn't gone forward. But it is very stable and steady. And it's in its space. And then that log, if it's a big log, it could get dings out of it as well as it's going along its path. So as long as it's on the water, anything flowing with water is going to be fine. But when it comes up to this boulder, it interacts, it reacts, it has a cause and effect there. So it's going to get damaged along its path to the same. It could even get held up for a while on this boulder, depending on how they interact together. What if the log isn't so log-like? Maybe it's a little stick, and then it just breaks in half when it comes across this boulder. It still moves forward after it breaks, but it does break. But oh look, it multiplied though when it broke. So there could be some good there. So the thought is to, at each stage of our life, what do we want to be? Who do we want to be? And how do we want to be? And it's not to say that one is better than the other, but we have choices in all places, because they all have benefits. Even the sturdy rock, that boulder that's sitting still and it's strong and it's confident in its space, versus the stick that keeps moving, and then it learns along the way that, I can't interact with that so much. Or the water that just constantly flows and constantly moves and constantly goes with what everybody else says, and just moves around and doesn't keep its own personality all the time, because it's constantly merging with what everybody else is doing and saying. So, just a thought of allowing versus resisting, and choices that we have that we can make. Any thoughts on that?
So there's no judgment about the mental state of that. It's just being aware that you have a choice in any particular mindset or...
Exactly. It's what it's, in my opinion, in my view, it's all about what we want. It's not about us judging ourselves or taking in judgment of others, because nothing is right and nothing is wrong. It's all a matter of what I choose that's right for me at this moment. And that can change moment to moment. And being happy with that choice, even if it's not, the result isn't what we expected it to be, then we can make another choice at the next moment. And makes life a little bit easier. And you can make choices because we're always going to have something that's not going to work. It's about doing it over and over again.